In this lesson, we are going to take a look at how we can create circular patterns of features in Autodesk Inventor. Here you can see that I've got a cylindrical shape with a rectangular hole cut out of it, and I would like to pattern this hole around this shape. I will begin by starting the Circular Pattern tool located here on the 3D Model tab in the Pattern panel. After starting the command, the first thing I need to do is decide if I want to pattern individual features or entire solids. I'll begin with just features for now. As you can see, the features arrow is selected, so I can come out here and select the features I want to pattern. I can select more than one feature, so when I'm ready to select my axis, I need to come in and select my axis arrow here. You can basically pick two things for an axis. You can pick an edge or a cylindrical shape. So if I choose a cylindrical shape, it will automatically pick its center axis for me. So I'll go ahead and select that. Next, I can tell it how many items I want and what angle I want to fill. So if I want to bump up the number of those, I can do so. I can also adjust the angle, and maybe I want 4 of these, but I want to only fill half a circle. I can also flip the direction by selecting the rotation axis tool. I can also make my existing extrusion the middle one by selecting the mid-plane option. Now, since I have an even number, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now, but if I were to adjust this to say 5, you can see my original shape is the one in the middle. I'll go ahead and set this back to 360 and we'll say 6 items here. I can click OK, and there you can see my end result. I do have another option in here that I want to look at, which is the rotation option. As you can see, mine was set to rotate, so as it copied this rectangle around, it also rotated it. We also have the ability to set that to fixed. So if the rectangle needed to maintain the same orientation, we can do that as well. The rotational option is what allows us to create patterns of features like this one. I'm going to extrude this shape into the part. Then I want to pattern it around. I'll choose my circular pattern tool, the feature, the axis button, then the cylindrical shape. So as you can see, that feature is rotating as it's copied around this shape. If that option were turned off, this shape wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. To take a look at another option, I'm going to create a hole on this face here, and I'm going to choose the Through All option. I'll go ahead and click OK, and I'm going to change my view to show hidden edges so we can see that hole inside there. So as you can see, that hole cut completely through the part. I want to pattern this hole around this circular shape. So I will choose my circular pattern, select the hole, select the axis arrow, then select the cylindrical shape. I can adjust my values. I'll go ahead and accept 6. As you can see, it's going to pattern it around this shape. I'll click OK. And initially it looks pretty good, but if I go ahead and rotate it, you can see that these holes did not cut all the way through the part. It basically took this original shape and created a pattern of it. So I'm going to edit my circular pattern, select the More button in the bottom right corner here, and for creation method, instead of identical, I'm going to set that to adjust. Now each of those features will adjust to the model, and you can see the holes cut completely through the shape now. Sometimes we might want to create features, and it might not be completely obvious that a circular pattern will do the job for us. Here I've got a pyramid shape, and I've got a feature on one side, and I want to create that feature on all 4 sides. That is essentially going to be a circular pattern, even though the shape I'm working with is not circular. When I create my pattern, though, I don't have a cylindrical shape to click on anymore, so I need to have an axis to rotate around. I'll check my original axes here in my origin folder. Doesn't look like I've got any that are going to work, so I'm going to construct my own. I'll choose the axis tool, click the bottom of my pyramid, and then the top point here, and that creates a work plane running right through the middle there. Now I can use my circular pattern, select my feature, select my axis arrow, and select this axis that I just created. And then I just need to adjust my values to 4 in 360 degrees, click OK, And you can see I now have my pattern. Of course, in all of these examples, all of these features are parametric. So if I were to adjust the original shape to a smaller feature, then you can see the other ones update. That concludes this look at creating circular patterns of features in Autodesk Inventor.